Hello, this is Troy, and I'm going to teach you how to remove the screen on a Dragon K10. It's hard to see in here, I apologize. Usually, they're on the other ones, they're just another type of Dragon Touch. I don't know which one this one, so I couldn't find anything, so I thought I'd do a little how-to, a little things I found out on it. Bear with me on my videoing. Anyways, it'd been cracked, and so there's spots in it where it rippled up on the plastic. So I very carefully took a metal knife, a little razor blade, because I couldn't get under there without it, and I was able to push it up under there with that, so I wouldn't damage it any further. I went back to I had a Scotty pill or a plastic, anything plastic, and then I got it up underneath of it. And then I was able to, remove the razor, and then I just worked it around. I also used a hair dryer to warm up the edges all the way around, so you could get in there and pry, and I pried all the way around the whole screen, and I was able to get it to come up, the plastic part, to work on the next portion of it. And what I did is I figured I'm going to replace this anyways, so I went ahead and cut, if you can see here, I cut the wire that's actually got, I've already tore this apart already, so it's you're seeing what I've already done, but it was laying here and this was in the way, and I figured what does it matter, so I went ahead and cut that off so I could work on it without this screen in the way. So next, I found that in spots it has these little, there's like clips underneath. So I just did the same thing as I did the screen. I started kind of prying, but I found that in the centers, like on the middle center where it has a bigger span, it was more flexible than the edges. I was able to start prying on it. And when I started prying right in here, you can see there's these little tabs. They're hard to see, but there's these little tabs. And once I got it to go, I went in a spot which is end up being the bottom, I believe, of this tablet. Bear with me, I'm losing my brain a little bit. Anyways, this area here was easier to work with than the top where all the ports were. Here you got all these ports, they're connected in and everything. It was easier to start opposite of the video camera, and I started kind of pushing on it, and you could pop these little clip tabs. It's not really just kind of retained, it's kind of clips in, and I just started working around and pushing, and I was able to get it to come up. But then I got to a point where I couldn't get it to go any further. I'd get it like this far, and I'm like prying on it, and I'm trying to get up under there, and I finally could get under there where the wire harness hooks in, and I'm prying and prying. You can see right there, you can see the little tabs are. That's the little tabs, kind of retaining tabs. And I kept prying on it, and I couldn't figure out, I could see up in there was like a plastic holding it. And this is where I'm videoing for to help you guys, is this right here is what I found out, and I didn't know about. I should have paid more attention to it. Is up here you got a cover for your SD card. Let me see if I can do what I'm doing both. Yeah, almost out of there. You pull that off, and there actually was, and you can see where I've been prying and prying on it. You can see, let me get something to point with here. So you can see where I was prying and trying to get off, but there actually is a little tiny screw. This one's down in and won't hold the cover, but this one actually, there was a tiny little screw. I'll show you how small it is. It's way small. I mean, I can put my finger and you can see how small it is. Once I did that little screw, it easily came apart, like pulled off, and I was able to get to where it hooks in. So give me one moment here, drop the thing, but this was hooked into here. This is now back to the screen that I cut it off because I figured I'm getting a whole replacement touch screen, but this is sitting up here, and it was under some of this black tape. If you look in spots, there's this other black tape. There's a piece of black tape over it, so you just pry up the tape, and the tape's there to protect this wires here, and then also to retain that in there. Once I pulled that off, you got to pry up on the little black, there's a little black retaining tab holding it in place. Pull that up, and then you're able to pull this wire out. And obviously it was before hooked on there onto the screen, and that's where it sends a signal back forth on the screen, or forth I should say. So when you touch the screen, it sends a signal to the processing board. I hope that helped you guys. I'm in the process of getting a new screen, touch the screen, but I thought this would help in the first process of understanding how it's put together so you could take it apart without damaging yours. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks again for watching my video.